Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah, and this is our place to chat. Why does this seem extra? Why do I seem... I don't know. Okay, that's driving me crazy. My head was like literally all at the top of that for some reason. Anyway, but now I feel short. Oh gosh. Anyways, happy Thursday. Welcome. If you are new, get comfortable in comments. We love hearing what you think. We chat all the latest reality TV gossip and, of course, Jeff Lewis and the Jeff Lewis After Show. Just as a reminder, everyone, there's no cooking kibitz tonight. So Doug Buden usually does a cooking kibitz every Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific. He is not doing one tonight. I think he'll be back tomorrow. So anyways, sometimes he's traveling. I think Doug's been kind of quiet on Instagram lately. I wonder if he's got something brewing, something exciting going on. I don't know. I just realized I haven't seen a lot of stories of his, and clearly I follow him. So anyways, please make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to make a comment on all my videos. It really does help a lot, I promise. Let's get started with shout out news, and it's eventually going to lead us into, because of course she's part of the reality TV gossip, the Kelly Dodd feud. I would say with Shannon, but she feuds with everyone. Tamra. Last night she was on a rant. Okay, real quick. Thank you for the sleuth that sent me a message on Instagram about this Spidey's 16th Minute podcast with Spencer Pratt and his wife Heidi. I thought it was so good. First of all, I didn't even know about it. I'm too old. I never really followed that The Hills, whatever that show was. I just wasn't into that show. I think I was busy raising kids whenever it was on. Anyways, but I see Spencer's TikToks pop up a lot. And I even was on his TikTok the night that Heidi had their second son months ago. Anyway, so they were kind of like doing glam and going live on TikTok when she was giving birth. So it was really cute. So I think they're cute. He's very similar to Heather McDonald, that his kind of whole stick is kind of making fun of himself, that he's thirsty. He wants to be famous. He wants to have more money than he does. I love it. I think he's super cute. I love that he talks about he's fat. He eats a lot of Mexican food. Like, I'm here for it, Spencer. But I didn't know they had a podcast. So Heather McDonald was on it. He has been on her show quite a bit, Juicy Scoop. He's also done some live shows with her. But I don't think he's done it a lot recently. So even like Jeff said today, it's kind of interesting that all of a sudden she's doing a few more of other people's podcasts, right? Like the other day she was on, who was it on? The guy, Dr. Drew's old guy, Adam Carolla's podcast. Anyway, so I just think, excuse me, I think more people are paying attention when Heather McDonald, she's been in the news a lot. They're paying attention when she's doing more podcasts, and that's why we're all aware of it. Anyways, super good. Just like the sleuths that sent it to me, y'all always give me a summary, which I very much appreciate. Heidi and Spencer were definitely kissing up to Heather McDonald. First of all, I think they're well aware that there was an imbalance. Heather McDonald's Juicy Scoop is extremely popular. She's extremely famous. So they definitely had she definitely had the upper hand with them being on her podcast. And I think they were very excited about it. They both talked about how we don't pay for podcasts and that's not normal, but they definitely talked about getting something out of it when everyone is on someone else's podcast. So they're definitely kissing up, but there was a very sweet moment where I felt like, I think it's like 18 minutes into the podcast. Again, it's called Spidey's 16th Minute. So like 15 minutes of fame. Somebody said it started in early August, so it's somewhat new. Heather really cries though. And it's not because she was crying over being sad about anything. I think it really touched her that Heidi was talking about like that Heather's really aspirational. She looks up to her. She wants to have money and have the career that she has. And like Heather literally started crying. Like, I don't mean just whimpering tears, like literally crying. So somebody told me a way to watch the video. I was listening to it, to be honest with you, my AirPods on my way to an event last night and part of it on the way back home. But you could watch the video on Spotify. So I might go back to look for that just to see her like tear up and start crying. Because I don't know. I thought it was a great podcast. I do think, even though she definitely mentions like the drama going on lately and how she became part of the drama, she became part of the pop culture news, She's definitely talking about some friends that she's been on vacation with on a boat or a yacht, whatever. They have a Patreon, top tier Patreon talking about her. I can only think they're talking about Kelly Dodd and Rick, especially since Kelly says again, I think for the third time on her Rick and Kelly show this morning, that she has reached out to Heather and Heather has not called her back, or she's not answering her calls. Also, we know that Rick had said that Peter, Heather's husband, had been reaching out to him and saying, talking back and forth, but he didn't go into all those details. So I don't know. Even I think it's Kelly and Rick. So I think that ship has sailed. Heather also says that it's kind of drawn her and her husband Peter closer together because they've realized, oh, we thought these people were our friends. We thought these people were our friends, and they're not. So I think it always, if you've got a spouse that has your back, I think you're always going to draw closer to that whenever there's drama. I know when I have the lovers come after me, Brian is even way more like, oh my God, what did those people say to you? I mean, he's even more on my side than normal. So I definitely related to that. I actually thought it was a really good podcast on her, not in her defense, but everyone says that like she talks over her guests on Juicy Scoop. She doesn't promote them. I've listened to the very end of her Juicy Scoop from yesterday because somebody told me to, the last 4 minutes of it. She's got, I guess he's a friend. I can't remember his name. I don't know his name. Gary, maybe. He's a gay man, and he seems to be trying to get across to Heather that the deeper issue of not supporting or doing the video for this telethon for Justin Martindale. This is what I got out of it. I don't know. Was that the deeper issue was that you've got to support that in your friends, because the whole thing comes into, they're saying that drag shows, like they're trying to act like the gay community is more pedophiles or, negative and that kind of thing. And it just leads to all these other negative, horrible things. Yes, Guy Branum, is that what it's called? Yeah. Anyways, it was really good. I only listened to the last 4 minutes of it, but it was pretty good. I thought it was a really good interview. But also at the very end, she's like, okay, Gary, tell us where we can hear from you. Tell us your social media, which she does before. Maybe, again, I'm just paying attention to it all more because I'm a little more hypersensitive to the negative things that y'all say about Heather McDonald. Now I'm paying attention if she does it or not. So Katie said she always promotes everyone. But I have to admit, one of the things I get in my DM and see in comments is a lot is that she doesn't. So I guess, like I said, I'm hearing that. And now whenever I do hear her promote and support her people on her podcast, I'm more hypersensitive to it. Speaking of hypersensitive, Bethany Frankel, every Wednesday, her YouTube show drops on YouTube. It is called Bethany. I find what she does lately is twice now, she's got this podcast studio for her Just Be with Bethany Frankel. She did that in like a couple of days getting ready for Jill Zarin. Okay. So now that's the first time she'd ever had a guest in studio for her at her house for her podcast. Now, recently, she had the Gabby lady that was on The Bachelor that I guess is now in a lesbian relationship. I don't know much about it. I quit watching The Bachelor so long ago. I literally can't keep up with those people at all. But anyway, she was really cute. Just kind of a couple of digs. I felt like she made a couple of digs about Jill Zarin. Like, oh, this is so much more calmer than getting ready for Jill Zarin. Now, I don't know if she meant that as herself because she was on such a quick time turnaround to put this podcast room together in her basement for Jill Zarin, or if it was a dig about Jill Zarin. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell if she and Jill are friends again. I don't really know. It was driving me nuts. Okay, so the Rick and Kelly thing on their show. So last night, Rick and Kelly goes to dinner with Chef Stu, Shane, and Jeff. I don't know if there was drinks involved, but we can only assume, right? So she makes one story, and she had either watched or heard about the Watch What Happens Live, where Vicky, Tamra, and Shannon Beador were on the Tres Amigas, right? And there was some games. There's always some shade. I don't feel that they were trying to shade Kelly. The question came up as Kelly Dodd, okay, if they would ban her from coming to see them at the Tres Amigas show. So it's not like they said, hey, who would you ban? And they said Kelly Dodd. So I don't feel like they did that like in a mean spirit. You know what I mean? Andy Cohen knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly the sound bites he's looking for, and he definitely got them because it got me talking about it. It got a lot of people talking about it for sure. So that bleeds over because Shannon clearly hears about or sees the Instagram stories, and it's still up. So go check Kelly Dodd's Instagram stories. She made one about Shannon Beador. 2 hours later, she posted one about Tamra. Shannon then texts Jeff late night. She's in New York City, so it's 3 hours ahead. She's got to be exhausted. And she's basically saying, kind of putting him caught in the middle, right? Kind of saying, look, I don't like what Kelly is saying about me. I think it's wrong. I think you need to fix it, make her stop saying stuff. And then she puts in a text, something, because tomorrow is Stu's birthday, right? And we know that they're going to Newport, and Shannon and John Beador are going to be there, even though she says they're not in a relationship. They're just friends. Andy Cohen asks. And Taylor Armstrong and her husband, John. Is that all? Just the 6 of them, maybe? Anyways, but she puts Jeff in the middle and says, oh, why don't you invite Kelly Dodd and Rick to dinner for Stu's birthday instead of us? Jeff didn't like that at all. So that leads us into today's show with Jeff Lewis Live. Kelly Dodd and Rick Leventhal are on. Right off the bat, they're talking about all this feud. Jeff is basically giving her advice, which was pot, kettle, black. Jeff, hello, welcome. I love Jeff. Y'all know I love Jeff, okay? But let's call it what it is. He is not one to not beat a dead horse. He still makes comments, weeds him in there about Heather McDonald. He still makes comments about Chef Stu. Even though he said today in the after show something like they haven't argued but like 4 times in 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. And he was like, you haven't heard about it on Jeff Lewis because we're trying to make a concerted effort for me to, first of all, not argue when they're drinking. I think they drink a lot socially, right? They go out to dinner a lot. And I never hear of Jeff saying, oh, I just ordered a water and an iced tea. Like, I think he's always having a couple martinis, couple glasses of wine when they get home. And he says, I get very honest when that happens. And I only do it with him. He's got a reputation for being super friendly, nice drunk, but apparently not with Chef Stu. So I love that he is talking about, stop responding. Like if Shannon says something on Watch What Happens Live or anyone says something you don't love, don't respond. And then she won't respond and then you won't respond. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what drives ratings though. This is what makes everyone interested and pay attention. Let's not act like we don't all love the drama. Like seriously, that is why, it's called hate watching. That's why a lot of people watch some people or listen to some people because they're doing it for the drama. They just want to either make fun of them or say, oh yeah, you told me so. I'm sure there's people that say they have canceled SiriusXM because Jeff Lewis has made them mad. They're all still in the Facebook fan groups. They're all still chatting about Jeff Lewis. Maybe they canceled their Sirius. Maybe they didn't. I don't really know. But I think it's so interesting. Yeah, pot calling the kettle black for sure. Drama, trauma. I think Jeff is very sensitive. I do think it drives him nuts when he feels caught in the middle. He made it very clear on the after show. He did not like Shannon Beador putting him in the middle of her and Kelly Dodd's fight. Because he's like, look, that's not my fight. If I think one or both of you do something wrong, I'm going to say what I think you did wrong. And I'm going to tell the other person they did. But he doesn't want to end friendships over it. But he also brought it back to business. He said, look, I'm here to book guests on my Jeff Lewis Live show. And I don't need to be pissing Shannon off, who's a huge housewife. Whether you love or hate Shannon Beador, you're probably going to watch when she's on Watch What Happens Live. You want to watch when she's on the OC. You want to see her drunk. You want to see her have too much tequila, right? You want to hear her go wacky doodle a little bit. Shannon always fires the first shot, then cries victim, which is exactly what Kelly Dodd is claiming, right? So Jeff even says, look, y'all are really good friends. Y'all really have a great time when you're together. Why can't we just squash the beef if Andy Cohen would have it his way? And can't y'all just get along even for the sake of parties or 4th of July, things whenever Jeff wants everyone to come out for somebody's dinner or a birthday or some kind of outing. I don't think he wants to think about, oh, I can't have this person because they're feuding. I mean, I think we have all been in the middle of friends. I have 2 friends that are on the outs. They've been on the outs before. They've come back together. They're on the outs again. I'm friendly with both of them. It is awkward. It is awkward, especially when you do think one or both have done things that you don't agree with, but yet you're still friends with both of them. But it's always awkward because if you go and do something and they put that on social media, then you feel like, oh, why are you friends with them? You know what she did to me. You know what they said about me. That's exactly what Shannon is doing to Jeff, and Jeff doesn't like it at all. So tell me in comments, have you been stuck in the middle of some friend drama? Did it survive? The very end of the Jeff Lewis after show, this caller calls in and says something I've said before. We've all heard it. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or for a lifetime. And I think once we understand why that person was in our life and that it was for the betterment or for the worse of something, maybe we learned something of it, I think we're all better off for it. And I think Joey and Krista both went through, talked about some experience they've had with friends and being, had people be on the outs with them, and both related really well to that. So I don't know. Jeff told the truth on the hearings, period. I want to talk about the earrings. So I did not understand until Krista on the after show explained why she doesn't exactly know what the earrings cost. So Jeff asked her, did Heather know these earrings were real or fake? And she's like, I don't know. I never talked about it. I can tell you, I have friends that only have costume jewelry. I have friends that only have real jewelry. And then I have friends that have a mix. So I wouldn't necessarily know exactly unless I asked somebody if they were really good fake earrings or costume jewelry. So the reason she didn't know exactly is because it was the first Mother's Day after she had lost, I think they were married at the time, Michael. I think they were going through some legal stuff. She says she's been in the legal system for 9 years with all these businesses of her ex-husband and stuff. But she was feeling really down. She went to this jewelry store that was going out of business because they'd gotten in trouble for selling ivory and python. And I'm like, oh my God, if that doesn't sound shady right there. But hey, man, a deal's a deal, right? So she goes in and the guy gives her like 3 rings, maybe a couple necklaces, and these earrings, maybe for all $25,000. So she never really knew exactly what these earrings cost, right? And as much as it costs to have jewelry made, it's not like Heather could just give her this one earring back and she could just pay half that price to go get it made. I mean, that would cost a fortune to have something custom made to match the other earring. By the way, total fakes, like $16.99, TJ Maxx, shout out. Anyways, so the whole show is a lot about friendships and the drama of it all. Speaking of sort of Jeff taking up for people, he talks about Jodie Sweetin getting a lot of hate yesterday. So I clearly hope it was none of y'all chumpettes messaging him and going, oh my God, that Sarah from Texas can't stand Jodie Sweetin. Because I never said that. I said she needs to grow on me. She has not grown on me yet. I watched the Jeff Lewis video last night, the commercial break. She was a little cuter. I like her a little more after watching her on video than listening. But yeah, she's not my favorite. And apparently, I didn't read the Jeff Lewis coffee pictures comments, but that's where a lot of people, and I think a lot of people DM Jeff and Shane directly to. Maybe Alyssa, maybe Jameson, maybe the JL789 channel. I don't know who all they DM or whatever. But he definitely caught wind that Jodie Sweetin doesn't have the most fans right now. And she got a lot of whatever. Oh, shout out Chef Stu. It's almost your birthday. Let's see if he can come on for a second. Oh my gosh. Y'all know I get so red whenever he comes on. He's usually going to the gym though, so we'll see. Anyways, so he says that, but I'm like, oh my God, I hope he wasn't catching wind of what I said about her on the show yesterday because he truly defended her. Did y'all hear the text that he said? Oh, he is coming on. Hey!
I'm in the car. I'm driving to my trainer.
Oh, awesome.
But I said I'll pop on for a second. I won't crash the car. It's fine. I just won't look in the camera.
Do you have your teeth things in?
Oh, I do. I have my retainers in. I know. Can you tell?
Keep them in. You're so cute with it.
So funny. I have like 2 trays left, and then I'm done.
So I heard some news. I saw some stuff on Meet Amy Phillips' Instagram about the September 30th event and one of the housewives that's going to be there.
Yes, Emily Simpson's going to be there for the happy hour event, and we got one more as well that's going to be coming soon. I may announce it tomorrow. I'm not sure, but it's good. It's another really good one.
So that's the evening one. Will somebody different maybe be at the brunch? Because I got a bundle ticket to both of them because I'm not missing either one of them with y'all.
The different person at the brunch, she's the blue one too, and I met her. So,
Oh, I'm losing you, I think.
yeah. So, September 30th before we know it. So, yeah, I'm excited. There's gonna be fun things, and we have the chef kind of locked down for the food and so forth. So it's gonna be great.
I cannot wait. People can get their tickets at realitybiteslive.com. I've got an Instagram story up. Do you have a story up right now, or just Amy Phillips at Meet Amy Phillips?
I have a story up right now with Emily and the tickets to go live. The happy hour tickets are not the happy hour tickets are selling fast. We only have, I think we only have like 20, 25 tickets left.
Wow.
So get on it. And that's just one of the housewives announced. We have another great housewife that's coming as well.
Oh my God.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait. Happy early birthday tomorrow, and have so much fun with Todd Lewis on the after show.
I will. All right, it'll be fun. I can't wait.
And stay out of the drama, or get all the drama and come back and tell us of this Shannon Beador dinner tomorrow night.
I'm staying out of it. Are you kidding me?
Get in it for us, Stu. Get in it.
No way. All right. Well, look, have a great Thursday, and I'll catch you on the other side tomorrow.
Okay, have a great workout.
Bye.
Thanks for popping in.
Bye, everyone.
Oh my gosh, y'all. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, I bought the bundle, so I think it saved me like $50. There's a luncheon or a happy hour, or the brunch they're calling it, from 12 to 3 on September 30th. And then the evening they're calling happy hour, and that's where Emily Simpson is going to be and somebody else. They haven't announced it quite yet. And that one is 6 to 9 p.m. And then Stu has said that he might go to like High Tops or something fun after that. So we are definitely going to have a night out in West Hollywood. If you live in the area, make plans to get your tickets, get a hotel, stay for the night. I am clearly flying in from Texas. It is going to be so fun. I cannot wait to meet y'all. So get your tickets at realitybiteslive.com. It's on my Instagram. It's also, the information is in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. It is so much more fun to meet other chumpettes and hang out. So don't worry if you have anyone to go with. You are going to meet all of us. We are going to hang out. It's going to be so much fun. Chef Stu, Amy Phillips. Oh my gosh. And also the bartender, Hot Brandon. He's going to be there. We get to see Hot Brandon in action. I think it's some fancy drinks and like food and stuff. Oh my God. I think he's going to have food from him and Amy's book, Cook It, Spill It, Throw It. I should work on like CVS, right? I feel like I'm always promoting stuff that I love. But you know, if I promote it, I really do love it. And y'all know I love Chef Stu. I love Amy Phillips. I love West Hollywood. I cannot wait for September 30th. It's going to be so fun. And the Instagram Live reality water cooler is going to be on fire that next Monday, because I'll tell you everything all about it. And of course, I'll be posting Instagram stories the whole time. Okay, let's get back into the whole friend drama of it all. Also, don't want to forget to mention, because so hot, I know Kelly Dodd is a hot topic, right? People love her, people love to hate her, etc., etc. On her Rick and Kelly show this morning, she's 132 pounds and 5'8". So I don't know what she's doing. She's definitely said that she had lost a little bit of weight recently. Her picture today in that little black jumpsuit, she is so hot. Y'all know I love a thin but muscular body. I mean, that is extremely underweight. I know. Y'all, that's a solid 30 pounds less than I weigh, and I'm 5'7", so she's an inch taller than me. Not that I'm thin, I'm average. I'm obese in the Hollywood world. I mean, to a housewife, good Lord, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know they made clothes that big. But in the Hollywood world, in the Newport world, Kelly is definitely smaller than average. I mean, that's tiny. That is light for her height. She's 5'8", yeah. And she does work out a lot, but she also said, muscle always weighs more. Like, I have huge calves. Ugh, I've always had them. So I always love to say, oh, I always weigh more than I look. It's just making myself feel better, right? But muscle does weigh more, and I do think she must look in person even smaller, because 132 at 5'8" is tiny, tiny. She's muscular too, someone said. Oh, thank you, Sugar Addict. The picture I posted last night on my Instagram. We were leaving Tootsie's, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, we were going to dinner. And I said, wait a minute. I didn't even take a picture. Like, if I have hair and makeup, my hair is down, I am taking a picture and posting about it, right? And trust me, that's not the outfit I was supposed to wear last night. I told y'all all about it. There was drama with my pink dress. So anyways, but it was fine. I fit just right in. It was fine. Okay. Make your plans. If you haven't already, Jeff told us it's October 7th. 24 chumps are going to Universal Studios. Is it called Fright Night? They will be on trams. No Brandy and Julie. I don't remember who asked that, but one of them brought that up, and he was like, not this year. So I have hope. Things could always come back around. He definitely has made it seem like he is moving on from Heather McDonald. He's going to stop talking about her, which he hasn't stopped yet, but he's going to stop making comments about her. And instead of being negative, what he's going to choose to do is just act like, she's not in my life. Excuse me, and I'm not going to talk about it. So anyways, but if you are in that area, there's no way you can miss seeing Jeff Lewis. All you'd have to do is pop somebody a $50 bill and be like, hey, where's this guy Jeff Lewis and these 24 people on this tram going all around Universal Studios? Can you even imagine, like, running into them? What a riot. I think I would just... oh my God, I would die. Like, everyone is going to be there. And maybe even Frank and Jamason. I love that. Thank you for all the follows. I think a lot of y'all saw when Chef Stu was on, so it's probably a lot of Chef Stu followers. They're like, who is this? So he's clearly dating a guy named Jeff Lewis, and I run a fan account, Jeff Lewis Obsessed. So anyways, we chat every weekday at 12 o'clock Pacific on Instagram Live and YouTube Live, and then the replay goes up. And we also talk reality TV gossip. The boat thing is Shailene Johnson, not Rick and Kelly. Oh, I don't know what that means. Who's Shailene Johnson? Shailene? Okay. On the happy hour, the Jeff Lewis after show. So it's Joey Zauzig and Krista Lamas, and Joey lets us know he's finally got a rental house. Yes, he's getting out of the hotel. Like, they have what, 2, maybe 3 dogs? At least 2 dogs. They needed space, right? So I think he got tired. It makes sense. I'm glad they've got this rental in the Hollywood Hills. They moved today. That is super stressful. So he did. If you don't follow Joey Zauzig on Instagram, TikTok, he's great. Very inspirational. Very positive. Like, I love the content he posts. I love that he eats Taco Bell. I love that he works out. Like, he's just so freaking real. I love it. Oh, she's a fitness Instagram person. Okay, you're going to have to tell me more about that, Junior. I don't know what that is. You might want to think twice before saying things like that. I don't know what that... oh, wait. Okay, I missed a juicy comment. What are y'all talking about over here on YouTube? Okay, I don't know what y'all are talking about over there, but I missed it. I think the comments for YouTube stay up on the replay. You just have to push the button that says live chat. And I think all the comments that stay up. The Instagram comments don't stay up. Anyways, okay, so Jeff was on again. Like I said, it definitely sounds like he's not going to be friends with Heather again. Like, he's just moving on. He calls it high school. He didn't like whenever Shannon brought up the whole thing, suggesting that Kelly and Rick should be invited instead of Shannon and John Jansen. What else? Oh, Stu was just on. Not that I would have asked him about this, but Jeff was telling us how, again, he's back in this mode of like, trying not to drink with Stu. I mean, haven't we been here before? Hasn't he talked about like they're not going to argue, they're not going to talk about serious topics whenever they've been drinking because they know it never ends well? He's still trying to work that out. I think they're always a work in progress. Um, Joey even says that him and his husband Brian went to see a counselor one time because sorry, I have something in my throat. He went to see a counselor one time because drinking was affecting their arguments, or it was helping with them with stuff. So I think everyone knows alcohol can be a truth serum. So even though you might believe something, you might say something, or like Jeff said, you might say it in a way that's extra cruel. But then Krista was like, dude, I have drank with you so many times, been drunk with you so many times, and you were like such a nice drunk. And Jeff admits, yeah, I'm nice to you, but not to Stu. Like when me and Stu get to arguing and drinking, it gets a little bit brutal. So I think they're still working on that. Michelle says, I think Stu has much more willpower with the drinking. I think alcohol is such a social part of Jeff's life and business. I think 2 drinks leads to 3 drinks, then leads to 4 drinks, and leads to a glass or 2 at home, of wine at home. Then you're staying up later, and then you're not recovering. Then you're tired the next day. Then you might have a glass of wine or 3 because you're tired the next. I mean, it's just like this cyclical thing, right? Like Jeff works his butt off, so he's up super early. Like he could sleep in, but he's got to get Monroe ready for school on the days that he has her. And then also, he's out to dinner a lot of times. I would say socially, but it's for work. You know what I mean? Like he's literally going out to dinner to maintain and keep those relationships going of people that he has on his show. Thank you, Tanya. Oh gosh, I've heard that saying. Heather would go to an opening of an envelope. I mean, so would I. Invite me anywhere fun. I am in for sure. Speaking of, someone told me last week that they almost contacted me to have me on to chat about like Jeff Lewis and reality TV. I was like, dude, I would have totally done it. I am working on getting all the technology better here. That way my audio, my video is better. That's going to be done in a few days. I've got some other stuff in the works that's going to be amazing for my account. So make sure you're following me everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook group, Facebook page, Threads. Does anyone go there? Everything is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. So please follow me, subscribe to me. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment. It all helps with my algorithm, and I would really, really, really appreciate it. But if you have a favorite podcaster and you think I would be a great fit to come on with them, send them a DM. Say, hey, I think you should have Sarah from Texas at Jeff Lewis Obsessed on. Tell them to hit me up. I'm a yes girl. If it is fun, I love saying yes to fun stuff. I feel like I can sleep when I'm dead. Like my kids know I am the Energizer Bunny on vacations. A lot of times I'm the one that's like, let's go back here. Let's go here. And they're like, oh my God, them and my husband are like, we're on vacation. We want to rest. I'm like, oh my God, I'm here to do everything fun. So if y'all live in the LA area, hook me up with fun stuff September 30th to October 1st, because I am in for a very short amount of time and I'm ready to do everything fun. I definitely want to squeeze in Schwartz and Sandy's, but I need to call on a reservation because I think they're huge, and especially being a Saturday night, that's going to be hard to get. So if anyone has any connection, I don't want to spend a long time there, maybe get a drink. I just want to see the inside. I want to see the bathroom. Like I've seen other people go and I want to do that, right? Yes, I've definitely called into Jeff Lewis Live and a lot of the Radio Andy shows as Sarah from Texas. I haven't called in a long time. Now I feel like it's kind of weird to call in because I do a fan account. It's just kind of awkward. Anyways, I did hear that Tom was banned from there. Yeah, I thought that was, I don't know. I know who said it. My friend Ashley over on TikTok, the Bravo mom, follow her, Ashley. I get to meet her, hopefully on September 30th, but if not, at BravoCon, I get to meet her for sure. But she went to Schwartz and Sandy's, and that manager dude was like bringing out the contract and showing people stuff and saying that that he had banned Tom Sandoval from coming in the restaurant. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think people love to hate Tom Sandoval. But if you saw him, you would definitely post a picture of him and tag Schwartz and Sandy's. No publicity is bad publicity. I mean, right? So whether you're making fun of him or not, I think that they shouldn't have banned him. I thought it was, what is his name? Y'all remind me the guy's name. But he apparently didn't agree, which again, I don't know why. He didn't agree for Vanderpump Rules to film in Schwartz and Sandy's. Again, why not? Like, say what you will about Scandival and Rachel and Tom, it's a moneymaker. Like, everyone made money off of it, even all the Vanderpump Rules people. Like, they need to be giving Tom and Rachel a little present, a little bottle of wine, something. Definitely Sheena, definitely Jax, definitely Lala. Ariana, my God, she's made it. Greg, thank you. Greg is the one that's. But you know what? When he says that about the contract, he's getting his name out there again, and people are talking about Schwartz and Sandy's. I just think that if Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval were there, like, I would get them both hovered around me and take a picture for sure. And I would definitely be posting about it. So it's just like last summer when we went to serve for dinner in Pump. We had a drink. I think, I'm getting it all mixed up. I think Lisa Vanderpump and Todd were having dinner with people right in the middle of Pump. We were way over here having a drink. But later we went to serve for dinner, and like Peter was there. The manager dude, the guy that's the business, Giardmo, the business partner. Lisa Vanderpump's son Max was working. Like, they all know we are here to take pictures with people, because when we're here, people want to take a picture with us, and then they're going to post about it and tag about it. And I have talked so much about my dinner at SUR because all of those famous people from Vanderpump Rules were at the restaurant. If they weren't there, I would have been like, yeah, we went to SUR, nobody was there. But when they were all there and so happy to take pictures with everyone, they are so, and when I tell you, I think we showed up with a couple of extra people because Andrew Coleman from Flippin' Out and Hollywood House of Season 1, Season 2, he just surprised me a week or so ago coming up on Instagram Live. He was out with two friends, business partners of his. He was a friend. He is a friend of somebody that was with us. They ended up coming to dinner with us at SUR. So that added like 3 more people to our reservation on a busy night. They accommodated us like crazy. We had an amazing table. I mean, it was great. So they know exactly what they're doing in the restaurant business to get people to talk about them and be happy. I'd be pissed if I was Tom Sandoval, do you mean? It's his bar too. Yeah, I mean, he only has 5%. But let's be clear. The reason people go to Schwartz and Sandy's, freaking look at the name, right? Oh, wait, no. They're way more than 5%. I'm getting that mixed up with Tom Tom. But even Tom Tom, if they're only 5% partners, the freaking name of the place is Tom Tom from Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval. Schwartz and Sandy's is their last names. People are going there because they're famous on Vanderpump Rules, especially after this last season 10. I mean, it's crazy. Like, they need to relish in that. They need to know that is exactly why people are going to them, right? Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Somebody said my Instagram post yesterday was a bit racist. Sorry, I love you though. Now I'm curious which one. I mean, Ravesty69, tell me more. I really can't think of which one it was. Like, honestly, I have no brain, no memory. So but obviously, I am not a racist person, so I'm curious what you're saying. Jeff is probably sick of people complaining about the guests. Just don't listen then. Yeah, and people have said that people turn off guests when they come on. I will never turn anyone off because I feel like I'm there to listen to Jeff Lewis. I'm there to listen to Oscar. I really love Oscar. Like, I love him on the commercial breaks. I love him on the pre-show, the after show. I mean, I love Jameson, Alyssa. I'm there for all of it. So I am definitely, this shirt keeps going to the side. It's driving me nuts because I can see it's off center. Type A, ADD. The one about the Sirius XM guy helping you. He had a foreign name and you said, help me God or something like that. What? The fact that he had a foreign name had nothing to do with him helping me. You're reading way too much into that. I was literally just posting for y'all to pray for me, which was a joke because I don't need prayers about lowering my Sirius XM. I could afford the $54.97 a month just fine. You're reaching, people. Come on, that's reaching. Oh, I love that you started following Oscar. Yeah, y'all, I'm not even giving that any likes. That's just crazy. But thanks for loving me anyways. And Rick and Kelly talk about this today with Jeff about the people are always going to say hateful things. People are going to love you. People are going to hate you. And even Rick and Kelly said on their show yesterday that they're going to stop talking so much and reading all the negative comments because the Smashers felt it was kind of bringing the tone of the show down. So I'll admit, I don't love everything about Rick and Kelly Dodd. Okay. I enjoy them enough that I choose to spend my time when I want to listening or watching to the Rick and Kelly show. If it's interesting to me, I'm going to repost about it. I am certainly aware that some people don't love Rick and Kelly. Some people don't love Shannon Beador. Some people don't love Jeff Lewis. I mean, you got to be crazy not to love Jeff Lewis because, oh my God, how can you not? But I understand that. But it's things that I'm interested in. And I feel like you can like people and not like everything about someone. I'm sure there's parts of my personality that my family and friends don't love, that other people though. Yes, Ravesty. And that's one thing. Thank you. You said, I'm glad I addressed it though. Thank you, Sarah. Ask me. I'm an open book. Unless it's things that I choose that I don't think y'all need to know about, like, maybe, what's your daughter's, I don't know, whatever y'all would ask about my kids or husband or something weird. I'm an open book. Don't make assumptions about me. People that were saying the other day that the Facebook groups were saying, oh, she's the girl that paid $10,000 for dinner. Just ask me. I will tell you. Y'all, I would have used the F out of that for content. I would have had videos. I would have had pictures. Are you thinking I would have let my husband surprise me with a $10,000 dinner with Jeff Lewis and Shane Douglas and not taking pictures and videos? Come on now. I am a low-level show podcast fan account. I've got 3 followers. I would have used the heck out of that information. That content would have been everywhere, every reel, every TikTok, everything. But that is one thing about me you'll find. I am an open book for sure. Katie says, I think Kelly is the one on hate pages commenting about Heather. She did bring that up. Was that on her Juicy Scoop? Or was that on Spidey's 16th Minute podcast? They're all going together because it was Heather, almost a big chunk of the podcast yesterday talking about her experience with, just haters and failed friendships and people. And you know what? I have to hand it to Heather. She said a couple of times now, look, the worst thing that came out from people saying this stuff about me is not, oh yeah, I've worked with her. She was horrific. I've worked all this stuff. The worst thing they said about her was that she lost some earrings and didn't return them in a timely manner to Krista. Krista on the after show today was talking with Jeff saying, look, this kind of thing, it kind of molded into me and you argument on our stuff with Heather McDonald, but it really was a Justin Martindale argument or a misunderstanding, whatever, things that they didn't like about each other, or Justin didn't like about Heather McDonald, and it kind of fell into Jeff Lewis and Krista. And Krista made it seem like it kind of, like Justin's issues kind of got watered down because once Jeff Lewis entered the chat about the earrings thing and then the Krista earrings thing, it kind of hit on everyone of like it, the way Heather McDonald downplayed it, I guess, or didn't own up to it, was that it wasn't about the earrings being expensive or not. It was about returning something and being responsible and owning it, right? Oh no, somebody mentioned the Reddit word. I am not on Reddit. I just cannot. Chris Frangiola is definitely still working with Heather because she mentions a couple of upcoming shows. I think San Francisco, San Diego, maybe. HeatherMcDonald.net. See, I'm always going to promote people. I don't dislike. I bought a shirt last night It was on sale at Tootsie's, a Trina Turk shirt. And I think I'm going to wear it to, it just looks like a shirt that you would wear to a Heather McDonald live show. So I think it's what I'm going to wear to the November 4th show that is sold out in Las Vegas during BravoCon. Anyways, Heather McDonald loves Alice and Olivia. She loves Trina Turk. So it's my kind of, like, unblock me. Like, I'm not a bad person. Unblock me. It's not that serious. Like, come on. Anyways, I'm going to see them in San Francisco. Oh my God, tell me all about it. Come back and tell us all about it. Anyways, well, it is 45 minutes. We like to keep it at that. Do you think the Dallas girls had to sign an NDA prior to dinner and no photo or videos allowed? And you would have thought they would have leaked it by now. Good question. I'm so curious. Okay, anyone that has a good DM relationship with Shane or Jeff, would you ask them, if we go to dinner with you, those people that have already done it, did they have to sign an NDA? That's very good. That's juicy. That's good. I almost think they would. But no pictures or video? Like, that's not right either. Like, come on. If people pay money for a picture, like a meet and greet or an autograph, if your husband paid $10,000, I would hope you could take a picture and like tons of videos. I mean, I would want to see Jeff's, what's that stuff? Is Sculptra? I'd be like, show me your butt. Like, let's go to the bathroom. Show me the butt. I want to see the cheeks. Show me everything for $10,000. Yeah, I would assume an NDA too. Tell me in comments if you think there would be too. The trees now at I'm paying $10,000 and not getting a photo. I don't know what that means. Anyways, oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining live. I promise it is way more fun. Make sure you hit the like button, especially over on YouTube, especially on Instagram. Make a comment, tell us anything, where you're from, what you love, what you thought of the show. Have you ever had a friend get you caught in the middle between their arguments, their fight, just like Jeff is in the middle of a lot of people? There's so many people feuding, by the way. Those OC ladies, I love that they are staying friends, the Tres Amigas, even though one of them is friends with one of them is not friends with Kelly, one of them is friends with Tamra, one is not friends with Teddy, one is friends with Shannon, one is not friends. I mean, it's all, but they're making it work, because if anyone's going to fake it till you make it, it's Vicky Gunvalson for business, and then Shannon, I think, is just along for the ride, and then I think Tamra's in for it too. I think Tamra and Vicky know exactly what they're doing business-wise, and then Shannon's just along for the ride to make it the Tres Amigas, and I'm here for it. I loved the OC last night. Love when Tamra Peter Pants. It was finally a really good episode, in my opinion. Anyways, well, shout out Chumpettes. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you back tomorrow. Remember, no cooking kibitz. Tomorrow on the show is Pole and Patrick, and then the after show is Birthday Dude, Chef Stu, and Todd Lewis. So amazing. Bye, y'all.